with Baba as you are returning to the depths for yet more puzzling. My controller is non-responsive, huh? Yes, it is. I lied. I just had to click on the game again. We've been certainly slowing down in the rate of which we are completing levels recently. We've been doing a lot more sort of things of like maybe one mission per episode kind of recently, so I expect to continue upon this pattern, but first I gotta redo this as I always have to, like, to get this onto me, and then, get the is from here to say Baba is level. And we'll try secret level 3 here, but no, wait, come, you must come back to me, cursor. Thank you. Anybody know how quickly we complete this? This will be all we do this episode, or we'll then take the key over here and then do this stuff. Or start on it anyway. Depths Extra 3, Hidden. Relic. Ooh, Forest of Fall aesthetic again. Yay, my fave. Wait, this is very similar to the one we already just had, right? Ah, so it was one of those where they do like an evolution, and this might have been faintly easier if I had done this one first, although it's one of those situations where I think this is fairly different, because I'm already seeing here that we've got hedges stop in a place that is accessible, and we have text is melt and Kiki is hot, right? So if we're not pushing the lava, perhaps we are going to melt some other stuff. It does seem like once you melt, if you were to melt hedges stop, then there's a lot more you could do with all this. That's probably the objective here, so perhaps we just want a Kiki over here. You'd think my insight from the previous stage would help me, but it's been like a few days since I recorded that, and I totally forget what the solution I did was. But I think we want to probably start with Kiki as Baba if I were to guess on this one. Oh, no. Probably actually the thing I was trying to do at the beginning of the last time we did this, when we did Secret Mission 4 is more correct here. If I get a Kiki going here in such a way that I could push the you statement 2 over, then we could get Kiki as you at the same time. Oh, right, no. Okay, sorry. Same problem as before. No, not necessarily, because this time the thing I was trying to do before will actually work. So in a sense, it's arguably good that I did this one second, because it's making it really easy now. If I'm understanding correctly, then this was basically my plan for. Oh, wait, no, that isn't right, is it? But it still is the thing I wanted to do before will apply here, where I can build the Baba is move statement here such that we do this kind of thing, and then the U gets pushed there as we break Baba is move, so that Baba stops moving while we become Kiki. Okay, hang on. I'm not allowed to walk onto the text though, because it's also push, but of course. Oh, well, it doesn't matter anyway, because we hit the solve condition. Right. Sorry, I was thinking that head just stop up there would mean something different. Anyway, so that was like one of the solutions I came up with for doing stage 4, which is kind of hilarious in a sense, that we just got to like use it right off the bat. Interesting though, if hedge being stop here wasn't changeable, as I had suspected, you would wonder why they bothered changing it for this one. I guess it's something to do with what you have to do with all the pushing right and left that somehow necessitated this being actually behind the hedge this time, but I don't know. Maybe there was more than one solution to that extra stage 3. Regardless, that was taken care of fairly quickly because it was something we had already thought of as a solution for stage 4 that did not work then, so we can now proceed to the actual stage 4 of this place. We've been middling in secret stage territory for some time now. Let's see if we can crack the normal stages with just as much ease. Collaborative effort. Oh, right. Ooh, back on the mountain peak aesthetic. Very interesting indeed. Okay. Flag is win. Text is pull. Skull is defeat. Wall is stop. Baba is us. Lava is defeat. Been a minute since we've had a text is pull. Baba is us currently. Right. And we've got 2 of us. If we were to do something like this, we could swap it to be Kiki is us. I see. And we're going to be swapping back and forth this way. So if we're Baba's you can even go to the left here and like skip out onto this side and pull the text with you and do all kinds of weird stuff. Oh my. I guess to a point until you pull. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I guess you could do that. I don't know why I'm doing this just yet, sorry. But now I've got a Baba and a Kiki over here. It's also magical. Okay, what do we want? We want to get someone who is us to the flag. This skull is currently defeat. We want to get the word skull out here. Okay, I think I'm seeing. Or am I? Well, I think so anyway. So if we were Kiki right now, we can pull the. Oh no, sorry, I broke Texas pull it somewhere along the line. We can pull the word skull here, and so if we were to do this in such a way that we could then move right, and it would swap us back to Baba, we would be in a position where, because lava's defeat, the Kiki would end up here and not die. Oh yeah, that wouldn't really necessarily immediately help, would it? Well, regardless, now that we have the word skull this close, we can do skull as pull, just by putting this here. And then we can do this kind of thing. The whole thing I did at the beginning with the Kikis, I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do yet. It just, while I still don't understand what I'm doing, I might as well do this kind of thing. Anyway, so we can do all this to turn Skull into is sync. And then I suppose we're going to want to sync it with one of our playable entities somewhere along the line here, right? So this is where you'd have to do this a little differently, such that you could sync either a Baba or a Kiki over there without doing this kind of thing. Okay, so just starting back from here, if I just pretend, don't do anything funny, just because I was trying to be cute about it, is the way I did all that. Don't do anything super silly with it just yet. Just get the skull here and swap it back to Baba as us. Ooh. Oh, okay, wait, hang on. I thought this was much simpler than it actually is. Is there something I can do with the Baba earlier on to make it's that them moving right at a particular stage will? Wait, it would have to be... Okay, so we want this here, but then when we want to turn... Well, I guess I do have to just... Do I have to go through here and then do it like this, that we can, I guess, as a start? Okay, maybe Kiki can do it. Wait, this is what I already had, isn't it? Okay, I see the problem here. If I were to try to do text is, if text is still, well, the only way this can become back is if text is pull, so this has to be like this. But we do need two entities on this side, which are probably going to be a Baba and a Kiki before the end of this, right? Collaborative effort indeed. How do I make it so that... how do I guess, get this Baba really far away so I can break Text's pull now? And then... But it doesn't help, because at some point we're going to say Kiki is you and then have this situation without Text's pull. So I think having this Kiki on the right-hand side at all is bad. Although it felt like a clever solution at first, somehow. I think if anything, we want it to be like this, and then we want the Baba also on the left side, but I can't really... If I move too far to the left, it just pulls it. Oh, I guess that's fine now, because I can do this, and then break the Texas pull, and then we just do have two entities on that side, don't we? No level is in here, by the way, so I don't think we're going to be turning this level into anything. And now we can say skull is pull, and then, again, just do this sort of thing this sort of dance to keep the Baba over here so that I can get these skulls out of the way. Oh, interesting. These skulls, oh, right, if it's also pull, we can't defeat you, right? I was like, why aren't these skulls killing me when I walk into them? Okay. So we can do this kind of thing, get them all out of the way. That Baba up there I'm doing funky things with, but it's fine. And we can say skull is sync, and then we can sync this Baba over here, which also... Oh, it has to be not pull for that? Oh, it has to be not pull for that. I forgot. How am I gonna do that? Oh, I suppose... No. Well, okay, I've got an idea. It's not an excellent idea, but it probably will work. If I reset the Texas pull situation down here, I can get Skull and all of that situation out of the lava, I suppose. That's probably what we want. Like, oops, so... Ooh, okay, right, so let's just get that Baba, this Baba over here in a different sort of place so I can do this. Okay, yep, and then you can get it all over here. Like this and like this. Okay, that's much better. Break that. And now resume what we were doing, which is we want Skull to be pull so that we can do the whole situation down here and make sync happen, and while still being able to break Skull is pull. As soon as I manage this in a way that doesn't really box me in. Okay, good. And then we want to go Baba, 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 and Baba, and Baba. Oh, right, break skull is pull, then break skull is pull, of course. The whole reason we did this whole thing. Right, break skull is pull, boosh. And then, Baba! And then that's free, and then... Oops, sorry, yeah, do that. And then all we have to do is say Kiki is you and then walk over there, right? Ha-ha! Excellent, excellent. That's a very, very fun one. Not too tricky, all to consider, though. Maybe just because I've been playing so many dang complicated extra levels, but that felt comparatively easy. But it was tricky because there were a bunch of things in there that felt like, aha, I've made the clever solve, and it was like, no. You've made a bad solve. That felt clever. It's not the same. And it's created a little bit of a path here, so if we somehow... I still don't really understand how that gets this text anywhere, but maybe when we complete 5, there'll be like a path here. But then how would you get an object in there? I don't know, maybe it'll be obvious when we get to Living Lands. That has very much the sound of this will be a stage where you can say level is. something. Yes, there's a level is you statement here. So if we got this level to be something, then we could move it left on this track and then up and then push the word grass out. And then Baba is grass, I guess, and we can just walk past it to get to flag is win. But none of that happens before we solve this. Wow, we made a lot more progress in this episode than I would have imagined. So level is me, but so is me. Sorry, level is us, but so is me. Well, it's not me as you, level is you. So that means the whole level moves around, right? So the clear condition for this one, is it as simple as just remembering where everything... Oh, well, you can just say flag is win, I guess, yeah. Because you are on the win thing then. So the tricky thing is how do you get level is to be something. I am seeing that. So is it just going to be, I guess it's just going to be one of you have to count it out to what to do to make me get up here and break wall is stop and then say level is something. So I guess I'm just going to have to write this down. I guess level is me is the most sensible thing. Or level is wall. Oh no, wall probably isn't good because wall is actually stop up top, isn't it? So it is. Okay, we probably want me then. Level is me. I guess level is flag could work as well. It's probably not actually quite that easy to make that. Because as soon as you make level, flag is win, the stage is over and you can't move the hedges. Okay, anyway, if I'm understanding correctly, the solution to this one is simply, like, count it out. So, kind of like the slideshow one we had earlier. Oh, wait, if I'm gonna break level as you before the end, will it actually be in a point where it's too hard to see? Or will I be able to... Oh, hang on, sorry. No, I can just keep moving it so that it's easy to see. Okay, I don't have to memorize it. Sorry, I've been silly. Or not memorize it, but I was like trying to count it out, but I could just break it like here, and then it's a lot easier. Okay, I was over here preparing a list of instructions for myself, thinking it was going to move too quickly out of view to be viable. But I could just do that and then say level is me, like this. That was no trouble in the least. Okay, very good. So we can... Oh, but me isn't you. Right, okay, so that isn't something that can... I can't get grass out that way, anyway. Oh, but I suppose Skull can move through me like that. Ah, yes. Okay, and then, okay, now we can say Baba is grass, and then that would allow us to just move on through it. So we can now, for example, hit the flag, but we can also go check out this secret stage 1, can't we? And then we can check out the flag later. So I say we ought to. Priority laying. Depths extra 1. We haven't hit an extra 2 yet, have we? Or wait, hang on. Which one was this? I can't remember. Because we do have a 1, 3, and 4. Well, we would know. It would give us area complete if this was the last one. Because it was 1, 2, 3, 4. When we clear the stage, so we'll know. Depths extra 1, priority lane. Okay. I'm expecting this one to give us some pause. This might be the last thing we do this episode, depending on how long it takes, because the last few things we've tried, actually, we've had a fairly resounding success rate. Okay, but there are a lot of rules going on here. Flag is win, belt is shift, skull is shift, Baba is water is sink, belt is belt, Kiki is move, wall is stop, belt is push. So, currently flag is win. If I wait, then there's no Kiki, so there's nothing to move. So it would appear that we want to touch the flag with something that is you. I'm overwhelmed by the amount of information I'm looking at here. Okay, so Kiki has moved. I don't see a Kiki, but box would become Kiki if you did this, and then it would push the skulls into flag is win. I don't know what's with this many skulls. Currently about to shift, but also push. Water is sink, so no getting across it that easily. I can sink some text, though, like this, to get across if I were so desirous. Just playing it out here to see what goes on. This is what the situation is now. We've got skull is shift, we've got an and. Okay, so this is another situation where it looks very complicated, but in reality, what we can access from in here is very small. Oh, skull is shift. Okay, so you have a timer once you say box is Kiki to get to the flag, essentially. And if I'm understanding correctly here, we want belt to be shift when we're over there because supposing we just had belt as push, obviously we can get down here now, but then we can't get through it, and that happens. Oh, Kiki has moved, so it is actually also racing us. So, okay, there's that too. But even if we had belt and shift and push, and we got rid of an is, like this, I guess the same thing happens, doesn't it? We can't get on it in that case. Yeah. Priority lane. Okay. So we basically want it to stop being push after we get past it. Interesting that skull is shift is in here, as though we want to say like belt is... Oh, I guess if we said belt is skull, then we don't have to compete with Oh, but it is still facing the wrong way, this one, isn't it? Oh, and belt is belt. I see. Oh, but if it's not shift... Okay, right, but if it's not shift... But we want it to be shift because... I see, okay. Because if it's not shift, then we just get outpaced, basically. I'm guessing this is a situation where we can hit flag before they break flag is win, so long as we're going at the same time here. So the question is, how do we do this and turn belt as shift on, like, behind us, I guess. And what then, of course, is the and for. And if belt is belt, then we can't say belt is box here, because that would be too easy. We could just do this and then... Oh, I guess that wouldn't do it anyway, but it's not, you can't do it, so that is the question. What is our and for? And I guess the other question would be, is the thing to break there? I assumed so because it seemed like the only thing you would want another is for is to connect these two, and the and can do that for you. But in essence, the question does seem to be, how do you make it so that... Because I don't think it's negotiable that when you hit box down here, it says box is Kiki. So I think if you're ending up here, the Kiki is here. And I don't really see a way you could break skull as shift, nor Kiki as move. So I think once you move here, the Kiki is unquestionably going to move to the right, is how I view it. So it's just about how do you give yourself the most movement possible at that point, in which case it's you want the belt to be shift, you assume. So if I'm going to move down, I guess I should be working backwards from that solution. So I'm at the flag because I ran across here while it was on, after having pushed down here. So I got to here, which means I got on the other side of this. So I was moved to skip across it. Seems unlikely. I don't have any way to change what Baba is. So therefore it wasn't pushing up, or it wasn't here. If belt, I don't see a way I could get this bit of track out as such. Like, I can't push it from the other side here. There's no pull for me to yank it out. I don't see as there's anything else that is shift that I could put on it to have it, like, shift itself. Or to have the two shift each other, rather. So it does sound like... Well, and we already said if I push it, it ends up... The box ends up here, but the belt ends up here, which doesn't assist us in any fashion. So it sounds like it is neither push nor shift when I go through, but then somehow when I'm on the other side, it becomes shift again. And I don't understand how that could be unless it were alternating. It was shift, then it wasn't, then it was, then it wasn't. And I can't think of a way to orchestrate that. I don't see a way I could get anything else. I could sync a few other things here, but none of the things that I need. I sense I'm doing something unusual with the phrase shift on, and I feel that that's going to happen on this side. Something to the tune of doing text shenanigans on the belt like this to get like a word onto me or something. But nothing I can think of really makes much sense. And of course that doesn't immediately use the and. Belt is shift and box doesn't achieve anything because belt is belt. Yeah, it's this and. What do we do with the and that I don't get? I think your instinct is supposed to be, well, I can sacrifice an is and then we can use that and to... In the is's place, effectively. To do something, to say belt is shift and push, for instance. But I don't know to what end I would want that anyway. This is a situation where if I were to push two things onto a shift, it doesn't stack them up, right? It just does this. So I don't know why I would want that. So and has a few functions. You can make something is two things, or two things is something. You know, are something, but the keyword is. So I presume it is one of those two purposes we want the and for here. Even if I were to somehow say something and box is Kiki, I can't imagine what I would want. The only word it could be is belt, and that doesn't do anything, so... Don't know why I would want that. So I don't feel yet that I'm thinking about the end solution wrong of you want to be here while the belt is shift and moving right at the same speed as Kiki. I just don't feel like I have any picture of what goes on in the middle, or even really at the beginning. I suppose there's an argument that the thing we want rid of is shift, because it's the one we have a double of over here. We can still say belt is shift this way with this one, and that would be why the skull is shift statement is here. But the rest of it doesn't add up in any sort of meaningful way. And am I thinking too inside the box and there's something else that can be done once Kiki breaks flag is win? Can that be in some way repaired? I don't really have any other way to manipulate Kiki. I think that's all going outside to give me a sort of arbitrary time limit, right? It doesn't matter specifically that it's Kiki doing any of this, or that none of these rules have any import outside of once you go down this far, you have a time limit. I think that is how I'm perceiving this so far. Is it's genuinely just like, how do you be down here and then have belt be shift when you do this, that you make it in time? How could going down here manipulate something here if we don't have anything moving on its own except the Kiki, who is not present? Well, how do you make something move when you're not there? You would think move or shift would be the important words. And we have shift for days here, just nothing here that can be shifted upon. I'm standing on a belt, but it faces up, so I would have to manipulate something onto it while it was shift. I would have to be from below, which gives me this room to work with. I don't seem to have some way that I could, like, cover my entrance with this shift word in a meaningful way. All the setups I can think of start, like, here. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that exactly before. I can just push it down once. Okay, so then clearly I'm missing something else, because if that were all, then so it must be that if you get there at the same time, you lose, because this is a way that I'll easily be able to get there at the same time, and it won't work. Okay, right. And I haven't used the and, obviously. Okay, so that does help me know that I was in the wrong thought space before. It's not as simple as getting down there while the belt is on, because that is actually very easy if you just push this down once. I don't know why I didn't think of it before, though. Is there some way I could get on the other side of that word box? I don't believe there's any way to go faster than I am doing right now, so this is just a simple matter of the way the rules work. Make it so that getting there on the flag at the same turn that the flag is when statement is broken does not turn out in your favor. That's just the way that goes. So it would then stand to reason that rather than making us go faster once we get here, we're trying to somehow prevent Kiki from moving right, or get here in such a manner that we don't form the word box as Kiki, or that we form it as on the same turn as ending up like here, so we get a head start. So those are the three routes I can see. Somehow stop Kiki's move from working this way. Don't just form the word box as Kiki at all, or get some kind of head start. I'm going to rule out the first one. I don't think there's any way to stop this from happening. So I think the solutions are more like we're never forming box as Kiki at all with some wizardry, or we're getting a head start somehow. Like, ideally, this shift would be facing right after I did this, and we'd end up on top of it and it would push us. Okay, that seems outlandish, actually, the more I say it. So it's more like we're never going to form boxes Kiki? No, that can't be right. It must be a head start, because if forming boxes Kiki was the thing that ruined you at all, they wouldn't put it on a timer, right? They would have put the box right here and not done anything with the skulls at all. They would have just said, as soon as you form boxes Kiki, the Kiki moves right and you lose. Or, like, it forms something that is like Baba is defeat or something, right? The fact that they're doing this is deliberate to give you a time limit that you have to get ahead of somehow, i.e., and since I've already said I don't think we can move faster along this conveyor belt, it sounds like we have to get ourselves a head start somehow. How does that happen? Something to do with the and? Possibly. I mean, most probably. But it's interesting, because the only thing I can think so I don't seem to be able to do anything skull is shift and anything, because that would go this way into the wall. It just doesn't work like that. I haven't the room. So it's like I'm going to put the end after a belt word, but the only thing I can think to do would be say it is shift and skull or shift and box, and so we can't turn it into any other objects because belt is belt. So your only thing we're doing the and for is either to some manipulation of space like we did way back in Solitary Isle or whatever it was, or we're just using the and to extend a statement's influence, or we're trying to say it is shift and push, basically. But it being shift and push at the same time does not help, as far as I can tell, because something can only end up on it if it isn't push. So the only thing I could really see this being for is something weird like forming this statement here and then stuff happens, but nothing useful happens. Only the bad things happen. So I don't know why I would... Like, that's the only thing I can think of where because it is shift and then it breaks the push thing, so it's push for a minute and then. But why? Why would I want that? What could possess me to want that? And of course, even if I could somehow say skull was push, which I don't see a way to, that's even worse because then it gives me a one turn timer. I don't see how somehow box being shift or push would help. I'm at a wee bit of a loss here. And again, and the title priority lane makes it sound like you're going to be in the fast lane, i.e. you're going to be ahead of them, either because it moves faster or because you have a head start somehow. If you're on two things that are shift, you get shifted to the right? But even if I made belt push, then they push things. So I don't get two belts on top of each other at any point. And even if I did, that would mean there's an empty space I have to walk where I'm slower than Kiki to get to the one that makes me faster than Kiki, so it balances out in the end anyway. I think. So in essence... How am I using the and creatively? What and something is something, or what is something and something? It is funny because there's nothing I can really do that like progresses the location any, except this is how it feels. This feels absolutely not right once you get this far, but this is maybe right. There's no way to get this belt facing right, though, such that if it were here... I mean, if it were here anyway, it means I've done this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think I can build any kind of statement down in here, right? Because as soon as there's one more thing in front of the word box, I'm blocked off from getting to the flag. So there should be a very limited number of actions I can take here, but I don't even know which one, what my end goal would be anyway, to give me a head start here. I don't see a way with any of these words that I could be orchestrated. If belt were not to be shift, then getting down here would be very sad. I don't see as there's any way I could, like, get the belts onto the flag and then have the belt face left such that the flag is coming toward me or anything like that. It feels very much like I'm missing some kind of directional word, like I need a left or an up or a down or a right somewhere. And I don't really understand now that I think about it what's up with the water here, right? Why do I have to choose one word to get rid of? What would be the benefit in keeping... The only two words here that are unique are belt and shift. I guess I can't get rid of push because it has some importance, which makes it sound like I have to push this belt here, because I can't think of any other... I don't see how pushing these belts onto the flag would help. And why do we need two shifts? And if shift isn't the thing we need from over here, then why would we need two is's?
And how do you explain the pen? And how do you explain the fact that the box fell at just the right time? How do you explain the smudge on the phrenologist's head?
Well, maybe that's the line of thinking to approach it with. If I can't see a reason that we need this word shift, then we get rid of it and we ask ourselves, what do the two is's allow us to do? And the only thing I can think is put an is on either of these, but that only is any use if you have two object words, so I don't know why that would be helpful. And if we only wanted it to say something is, belt is shift as well as belt is push, then that's what the and would be for, so why would we need the two is's? And this is the sort of circular logic I keep finding myself in. What is all of this for? What does it mean? Like I said, aside from saying belt is push and shift, the only thing I can see the and being for is somehow down here with box, but as soon as we put anything Kiki is box and we can't get to the flag, so that is like almost a certainty that that's wrong. So I don't know what and is for in the vaguest sense. It's a tricky one. A real tricky one. I don't have a goddamn idea what I'm doing. What am I doing? I don't feel I was wrong about that. If I'm here, then box is Kiki. So we either have to outpace Kiki. So by that logic, the two solutions are we outpace Kiki or we start with a head start on Kiki. I don't see any way we could outpace Kiki. Oh, wait. Being shift twice doesn't make you, like, double shift, does it? It's been a minute since I've seen a double statement, but I thought it just was said twice. I didn't imagine it would make you, like, go faster. Could it be as simple as that? That shift and shift makes you go I am surprised I thought of that, if I'm honest. Wow. Oh, huh? It does a huh? Oh, just as a way to get back to the skull, I guess. Well, that was very interesting indeed, but I can't help but notice it did not give us area complete. Remind me what stage this one was? Oh, this was Depths 3. Oh, that's the normal 3. That wasn't even a secret one. Oh, so we're still missing secret stage 2 is what you're saying. Ah, that's what this nook is for, is so you can do this and then get the cursor back onto you. Okay, so the skull is stage 1, right? Okay, that's right. So this is, sorry, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5. What is the rock? Is that secret stage 2? Yes. So secret stage 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait, did we not do a secret stage 5? I sure felt like we did. Maybe that's what flag is. So that's about all for this episode, but I'm kind of curious now if there's some way to say flag is level. Being that it's the only other, like, freestanding word we have, see what I mean? Oh, by the way, have we tried level is object anything for the depths here yet? I mean, I assume it won't really help us with all that much to be on this place and have that be grass. Although I am curious, does it make it into grass over here as well? It does not. How do you do? I guess just because above this place is considered the Crimson Flower area. Okay, sorry. What I was trying to get at there was I will close this off just as I want to see if I can in some way manage flag is level before then. Or at least figure out what the next stage to do here is. I'd kind of like this place to say area is complete before I hit the flag to clear it on the world above here. So the only way we get another world out on this overworld is if we had right somewhere. Somewhere that wasn't in this stage, essentially. And I don't think I've seen right in anywhere else. I'm pretty sure this is the only one that had the word right about. Correct? Oh, and in fact, it didn't even. It just that it had level as text, which is effectively the same as if you had level right level. Just occurred to me, is there no way to turn it back from being grass ever, the depths? Oops, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I mean, it doesn't matter really, it's just an aesthetic change, I guess, at this point. Okay, so it's, anyway, so what I was getting at was, the only objects that are, like, freestanding here that I could see myself turning into a level are key or flag. But key is pretty locked up here, so I'd have to get rid of, like, wall is stop or something, which does not feel correct. This sure is interesting. At first I assumed it was just something that could always be pushed to let you into this area, but then why bother? Why not just have it be... Oh, well, I guess it's to prevent you from going back out? Because if you push it to the left, it just blocks you off? Perhaps that's its only function, to prevent you from spawning in here and being able to leave, because that would make something else too easy, perhaps? So the thing I'm grappling with at the moment is, if escaping here means doing is level this way... No, sorry. It doesn't. What it means is doing is grass, doesn't it? Okay, well and dandy, but I cannot get flag out meaningfully. In meaningfully, rather. Nor can I think of a way to get the word level out meaningfully. As soon as I get the word flag in here, that's more or less that. It doesn't move again. Oh, and actually, I can't even get this word level into the corner there, huh? So is there anything else that wandering around the outside allows me to do? Are there more hidden stuff, words somewhere in the depths, are there? And something I'm curious about also is how many levels am I actually missing? Because it does have the feel that I'm probably missing one secret stage. 4 just doesn't seem like enough. And it would be kind of clean, actually, if it was 5 normal stages, 5 secret stages. Ooh, interesting. If I'm sitting on 2, it actually gives me a choice of which one I want. What was buried treasure like again? There's no level right or anything in here, right? Okay, yeah. So that's not as though I could make some extra word there. No obvious way to get key, out of there. So it's interesting that we have flag as win. I mean, it's pointed that we have flag as win accessible because it could just be in a brick wall like the rest of this, so you could never move it. So they do want that, for some reason you have to manipulate these words. And since it already reads flag as win, the only thing that could be better than that you would think would be flag as level. Or if you wanted level as flag or level as win for some reason, but I can't really imagine why you would. If you already had flag as win. So by that logic, we are getting flag as level because this is one of the, final stages. And by that logic, the flag word gets in there or the level word gets out here. But currently... Oh, wait wait a minute. We do get this room to move. Oh, only the cursor can move there. Okay, never mind that. That's not as helpful as I was feeling like it was. Even if I was doing Baba is level, well, that wouldn't let the skull get out, for one thing, but... No, that doesn't make sense. I was going to say that maybe I could do flag is level, but that ain't really right. Because then is can't go here, only the cursor can. And even with this as open as it is, I can't get the word flag in there. I suppose I don't have to do it right, like immediately flag is level. I could say like flag is some other object and then that object is level. But I don't seem to have any other objects out here anyway, right? So is the problem that I've not done enough in one of these stages? I have to redo one of them to change what they is are? What's the deal with this parade one again? Wait. It's the rock one I want. Yeah, okay, is that... Wait, why is... Oh, sorry, it wasn't a level that I turned into a rock. It was a level that started as a rock, that I said rock is level. Okay, so it's always going to be a rock or a level. Oh, well, I mean, I guess I could say rock is grass or something. I just don't know why I would. Okay, so just spitballing ideas here. I don't have enough ises for that, actually. I was going to say I could do Baba is grass is push, and then we could push these out of the way, and then that might give us freer reign of something somehow. I don't really see how, actually. How is that better than the way it is now? And am I positive that neither of these two had a level is of any meaningful? No, I'm pretty sure they didn't. It's nice of them to put these little nooks here so that you can trade the cursor between them. Oh, no, I guess you can't if you face it like that. But you can get the cursor out of it that way anyway. Now, there's no meaningful level is in any of this. The one that I turned into level is text earlier here. The only alternative I'm pretty sure we decided was level is belt, which is of no real use. Primary cleaning service was this, which we decided we could say level is door as well, and that's it? I think? Wait, why did I don't know, well, we did get... Yeah, we did level is weak and then broke wall is stop, so... Although I forget how now. But basically anything, I guess we could get level is wall if we smash through all this and then move the wall down. I guess we could get level is Baba by putting it here. Or door, but like, if it's not skull, then that's the only thing that's moving anyway, and it's just the place to get that, you'd think. So, I don't think that's anything. This just brings you back to the world above. This just brings you back to the first map. There was no level keyword here, right? I don't think so. Did I speak too soon on living lands that me was the thing to create? I don't see how wall helps, and I don't think flag or nor hedge are options. Having another flag wouldn't really be of any use anyway. The word flag would be amazingly useful. I'm not feeling like the configuration I have here is wrong. What was stage 2 about again? I didn't think there was any way to do level is anything here. I think this is mostly for fun. Just thinking of all the objects here. Water here, I don't see that I could access this water word to make water as level. It's gotta be flag, right? That's the only one with like a word that's out here that we haven't is leveled yet. But the only movement type words we have here are push and U. So there's no way to like get something in here and then like get under it or anything. And with this wall the way it is, I can't really get anything past here anyway. Like there's no way to get something into here. So I don't think you're making a statement here, nor like taking anything through here. So you're taking, but you have to either get flag is near to in some word, or get it inside here so it's easy to say flag is level, or get level out here, right? Level or some word out here so that you can say flag is, flag is rock and then rock is level, whatever you're gonna do. It's kind of interesting that I can ordinarily not really get rock out of here, but I could if I did Baba is grass, because then I can just walk past the grass to get the rock word, but like, why? What does it all mean? I'm assuming there's going to be no way to break wall of stop, because then there's an awful lot of stuff you can make level is. I mean, maybe there are just like 20 secret stages in this world, but it doesn't seem right. Again, I don't want to I don't really necessarily have an urge to complete another level, and I don't want to hit this flag as win just yet, because that feels like that'll be like sort of setting this world to rest, and I don't want to do that just yet. I mean, obviously, it doesn't have to be that way. I could complete it and then come back into it, but it doesn't feel right to do it yet. I just want to discover where the next stage lies before I proceed. Because even if I hadn't hit complete on this, I'm pretty sure it would give me area complete if I did everything within it. Because that's how it works. So that says to me there is one or more stages. One or more available stage bracket around here. Just how to access it. What am I doing with this flag word? It's odd also. You would think is doesn't really seem right, does it? What I mean is this is probably for something, right? I mean, maybe it's genuinely just to make it so that you can't go through here and then complete the stage and then go back out this way. But an is can be a very useful word. You would think if they wanted it to be useless, they would make it a word that doesn't really assist with anything, like some object word you don't need. But also, it's kind of hard to shake the feeling that if there were just some object word right here, we could say flag is that object, and then go, if it was an object word that we had elsewhere, we could say that object is level, and then something would occur. Mind when you reset the stage, some things revert back to how they were. I don't really know how it decides, but for instance, this one does not. I guess if it's anything that you said in this screen. If you said something below this screen, then it holds because you haven't gone back to that screen to fix it. Priority lane, and I'm sure there was no level is anywhere in here that would be of any use. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't really understand what this is about, because it doesn't prevent you from going out this way, because you're already prevented from doing that by the fact that the cursor can't move by itself. So what the heck is this is for? Just to call your eye to it? And I'm pretty sure even if we went to the question mark, and did level is something, that wouldn't show up here. It would show up on null, right? If this is any indication, it doesn't happen like literally every place, just the one that it normally takes you directly above to. So since question mark does not take you up above to here, doing question mark level is something wouldn't help us here. I'm pretty sure. So what am I missing here? Setting aside even the flag, is there any other object here that could easily be made into level? Or, at all made into level? We've done both of the Babas already, so that's Baba is level, or Baba is some other object, and then an object is level. It's a little confusing, though, how it works, because this thing currently down here is not a level. It's text, right? But it lets me do it just because I already knew it was a level, I guess. But in the case of something like this text here, which may have a level inside it, I can't, move right onto it to see its level. Was that a thing? Were you not able to move on to a word, a level that wasn't a level? Like the cursor couldn't move on to it? I can't remember now, or did it just do nothing when you did move on to it? It seems like this Baba would have to be able to turn into something, right? Turn it into a word that you could push over here. Level is push. I didn't even consider before that probably means you can push these things, right? Well, that changes things. Potentially. So that would explain why there's a one-way situation here. But it doesn't actually mean we can't do the thing I wanted to do with flag, right? I can still do flag as level with this. Can I not? I would have to get the Babas. I had the Babas be grass already, I guess. Well, you know what? It took me some thinking, but I think I've got it. I think that's it. It wasn't like a one big moment of eureka. I was just like, well, wait a minute. What haven't I tried with the words I have? That seems like it wouldn't do anything, but clearly I'm not thinking of it, so I just don't know what anything is. Okay, wait, so hang on. So that doesn't immediately win us because I've used my is already. Oh, well, that's fine. I don't need it to have them to be on at the same time. I can do level as push to set that up first thing, like blah, 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 blah. And now say that Baba is grass, so we can move over it and just get the level into place here. And then we can do flag as level. I'm sure that's the thing now. Bloody heck. Jumpin' Jinkies, etc. We've made it, we finally made it to Secret Stage 5, and we'll be seeing what it is next time on Baba Is You, because that is all the time we have for now. I did feel like I've made it this far, and I've done enough tricks that there's gotta be just some trick I'm missing here with one of the things. So if I just keep at it and just like consider every possibility, I'll land on it eventually. That's kind of astonishing that that's like the last thing I thought of, right? I mean, how many other combinations were there? And but that was the last one I came up with somehow. I don't know, but like I was saying, it would be fairly clean if it was 5 normal stages and 5 secret stages. So it might be that we clear this, then we get area clear next time, and then we clear the depths by running into the flag, and I don't know what will be left actually, because it's possible that will clear out the world above here. It's possible then that we're in the home stretch, my friends. It could all be true. It could all be ours next time on Baba Is You. But the next week on the channel is going to be some more Persona 3 Portable, so thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace! Here and no, I didn't mean to punch you off the cliff. Sorry, wait, I don't mean to kill people. That's not what happened. Get over here so I don't have to kill you. I almost just like clocked you off the edge of this thing. Okay, this is a much safer place for both of us. Ow, hey, stop that! What? How did you kick me out of the air? Punch me out of the air with my